Homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhenkong. Homage to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa. And homage to Master Dukden Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to Padma Kumara, the main deity of the group practice. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet, and our participating VIPs today. It's from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan, Secretary General Liao's wife, Dharma Sister Judy. Accountant to the True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. CTI TV Taiwan produces for 给你点上心灯 Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi. Dharma Brother Gao Minglu. And Dr. Ryan Zhuang. Taiwanese sunny line dancers, Lin Shuren, Cai Meiyue, Liang Yuling, Jue Huiling, Lin Yixan, and from Hong Kong, Su Guoyin. The President of Sun Yan Lu Foundation, Dr. Lu Foqing. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Selamat ulang tahun in Indonesian, meaning happy birthday. There are disciples whose birthday are also on June 27th. What a coincidence. First, I would like to make a few announcements. On December 13, 2015, Sunday, in Hong Kong, for the first time, I would be conducting the water offering grand ceremony of the White Lotus King. It would be organized by the Hong Kong chapter, Lian Feng chapter of True Buddha School. Anyone who would like to become sponsors or primary supplicants or registrants, please go to the Lian Feng chapter of Hong Kong and contact them, the Lian Feng chapter. The ceremony will be held at the Asia World Expo near the Hong Kong International Airport. Asia World Expo. That's close to the Hong Kong International Airport. Asia World Expo. The ceremony will be held there and organized by the Hong Kong Lian Fung chapter. So if you want to become primary supplicants or you want to support the ceremony or register for it, please contact Master Lian Xing of the Hong Kong Lian Fung chapter. And for the grand ceremony in Seattle this year, the annual Bardo Autumn ceremony, I would be transmitting the red, yellow, and white, the three goddess practices for spiritual consultation. And there would be reference that would be appointed to become Vajra masters. And now I just like to announce the first one, which is Reverend Lian Yang of the Dharma Chakra Temple of Texas. She would be ordained as the Vajra Acharya. And the president of Seng Yen Lu Foundation, Dr. Lu Fo Qing, that all the donations to the Seng Yen Lu Foundation is recorded and is made public on the internet. So all the donations are public, also the expenditures. So the bookkeeping are all open for public. If you want to check on your donations, you can find it on the internet. So Seng Yen Lu Foundation is completely transparent. And how much of your donation has been used, and they're all recorded. And the Seng Yen Lu Foundation has supported disaster relief in Nepal and also supports for the health care and also education. They're all available on the internet. And today we practice Padmakumara as the main deity. We all know about Padmakumara when we all have read the True Buddha Sutra, and we all know. But recently there are many people do research on the levels of Padmakumara, and they are on the same level to the Lord of the Eastern Palace, that's Donghua Dijun, in Taoism, and Golden Mother of the West. And this Lord of the Eastern Palace, Yu meaning jade, Chen meaning dawn, And Jun is like the Lord. And that's his epithet, Dong Hua Di Jun, or the Jade Dawn Lord. And he is residing in the east, and Golden Mother is on the west. And the auspicious light youth is at the center, at the top of the Mount Sumeru. And they are on the same level on the paintings of at the Donghuang caves. The mudra, the hand gesture of Padmakumara, one is holding a lotus blossom, and the other hand is the Dharma teaching mudra. Together. Ling Shen Ching, did you have that photo with you? Is it with you? Then can you show it to us? There is a Padmakumara's picture. This is the mudra of holding the lotus, and then the mudra of teaching Dharma. And he is seated on a 9-level precious throne. Very high, a very high precious throne. This one is Padmakumara. Where is this picture from? This photo? From a museum in Beijing, China. To find this statue. So Padmakumara is getting bigger and bigger. It's more and more great. A museum in Beijing has this Padmakumara. And there was a really famous temple. The designer for our columbarium went to a temple in Beijing. What was the name of the temple? It's a famous temple. Who's been there? Nobody. So Padmakumara, the lotus youth in mainland China, exists in the cave 314 of Donghuang. The cave was closed before, and Miss Xiao Yue went to see Padmakumara and the mudra that he formed. And he took a picture of it. Cave 314 was closed to public, but she had connection and she entered into the cave and to see Padmakumara, the lotus youth. One mudra is holding the lotus, and the other mudra is the Dharma teaching. And then there's another Padmakumara that's holding this this forming this ye. So Grandmaster has many pictures with this ye. So the auspicious light youth and the white lotus king is the second king of Shambhala that was also a lotus youth, the white lotus king. And this time in Hong Kong, I will transmit the deity yoga of the white lotus king. I would make it completely public and I would expound in great details. So he was the second king of Shambhala Pure Land. And the first king was a manifestation of Manjushri Bodhisattva. Maha Manjusriya Soha. That's Manjushri Bodhisattva. That's all his names. The first king of Shambhala. And the second king of Shambhala was the white lotus king. It would be made public at this Hong Kong ceremony near the Hong Kong airport. So today, welcome everybody. We have many masters, referents, and disciples from faraway places, from Canada, United States, Europe, from many countries, including Indonesia and Southeast Asia. So this evening, truly grateful to you to participate in this group practice, and tomorrow at the Rainbow Villa, we would have the Homa for Buddha, long life Buddha. I wish that you would become primary supplicants, not to wish Grandmaster a long life, but to wish that everyone would have a long life and health. So health and long life. Please don't correct my English pronunciation again, because I just memorized it this morning. Now let me talk a little bit about the Great Perfection Dharma. In the unobstructed Dharma realms, all Dharma about purity impurity comes from this mind. And moreover, they are all amazingly mutually non-obstructing. All the roots and dust are also the unobstructed Dharma realms. This Dharma has no name, but let's call it the universal I Dharma. If you have read my books, I have talked about this philosophy, about the unobstructed philosophy. So, I in Chinese. Unobstructed philosophy. I had talked about this long time ago. Why is it unobstructed? Because everything is fine. That's called no obstructions. Everything is good. That is called unobstructed. You may be surprised, like in the merit dedication earlier, Grandmaster said, may the good karma increase, the bad karma be eliminated. But isn't the bad come to obstruct us? And the maras, they are the mara of affliction, the mara of death, mara of sickness, and the divine or celestial mara. These four maras are already incredible. So the mara of sickness, mara of affliction, the celestial mara, and the mara of death. These four kinds of maras are already horrendous. But why would you say unobstructed? Only those who have gained enlightenment, they would know that it is unobstructed. Only the enlightened one would know that it is unobstructed. Otherwise, you would not understand it. So here, primarily, we talk about the unobstructed philosophy. Let me continue. In the unobstructed Dharma realms, the Dharma realms have no obstructions. All Dharma about purity, impurity, there's some pure ones or the impure ones. They all come from your own mind or heart. And moreover, they are all amazingly mutually non-obstructing. All the roots and dust, they are actually obstructions. The root of the eye, of the nose, of the ear, of the tongue, of the body, and of the mind. So all the roots or senses and the dust of the form, a smell, sound, taste, touch, that's like the dust. They are all obstructions, hindrances. But they are also the unobstructed Dharma realms. And this Dharma is not possible to name this Dharma. That's, we call it universal I Dharma. Universal I means there is a Tathagata that's called the universal I Tathagata. Universal I means everything is clear, everything is pure. That's called universal I. In this world, there are lots of things, lots of issues. In the past, the four great ladies, one is by family named Wei, Jiang, Lian Wei, and the one from Sichuan. I should remember Chen Chuan Fang the best because her name, this is the play of words in Chinese, Chen Chuan Fan. Chen Chuan Fang could also mean that the boat would sink and topple. So we don't dare to take the boats or ships or cruises with her. So Dharma sister Linda Chung said that life, human life is all the same. I've written it in my book that at 1, you enter the world with merriment. At 10, you focus on studies. At 20s, you're at the top of your youth. At 30s, you're at the top of your career. At 40s, you start to gain weight. At 50, you're at the prime of your life. At 60s, you're blood pressure starts to go up. At 70s, you started to forget. And at 80s, you start to wobble when you walk. And at 90s, you forget about everything. At 100, you hang on the wall. But in Chinese, they all rhyme. So life is the same for everyone. Whether you're smart or stupid, or dull or greedy, they're all the same. They're all like that. All is the same for everyone. And there is a pattern for life. From ancient time until now, whether in China or overseas, it's all the same pattern. So what's the meaning of life? You just follow the pattern. There is no exception. So at the end, we are all hang on the wall. Our pictures are hang on the wall. We went to Italy, to St. Paul's Cathedral, and the photos of all the popes were hang there. Only the current pope has light, but the rest are all hang on the wall, and they're all dark. Only the one that's still alive has a light on it. There were over 100 popes were there. But there's only one light for the current pope that's still alive. But the rest are dark. Why? Because they all died. They are all dead. So human life is like that. Doesn't matter how heavy is your greed, enmities, and delusion, whether you cultivate spiritually or not, at the end you all walk the same path. At the end there's darkness. So we have to find the true value of our lives. Where is your true value? Is it in your studies or in your career? Is it in how much good deeds or bad deeds you have done? Is it in your officialdom, your positions, that you have been a president? See, even when you are the Pope, you also hang on the wall. Even if you had been a president, you also hang on the wall. So, more than presidents, what else? There are no more kings. Well, maybe there's still kings in some African countries or a few countries. But even if you're king, so what? So everything that you can see with your eyes will disappear. That's why it's called unobstructed philosophy. So even if you have calamities, it would not be harmful. So all the slanders do not exist. All the reputations and gains and benefits all disappear. If you can think this way, you would reach this state of enlightenment that is unobstructed. If you often think this way, that would be good. The daughter told her dad, "Dad, what do you think of the boyfriend that I brought last time? And Dad said, no, no way. And the daughter asked, why? Why not? Dad said, his drinking attitude was bad, and his character was even worse. He got drunk and he told me that he wanted to find women for me. And the daughter said, really? And Dad said, yeah, I never found anyone that didn't keep his promise. But actually, there are lots of people who don't keep their promises. But it's all the same. So those who keep their promises or those who don't keep their promises are all the same. The end result is the same. My former girlfriend gave me and my current girlfriend a small gift. One date in Chinese, Shen Ching Tze, which means wish that you have children soon. And a bowl, meaning that you would have food to eat after marriage. And an umbrella, that there are no storms after marriage. And a matchbox, that you would have fiery passion. We were really happy. But thinking of it again, that's not right. Because together it sounded like wish that you split up soon. This is play of words of Chinese. So whether you think positively or negatively, it's the same. In the past, Grandmaster has a car, Mercedes-Benz, a white Mercedes-Benz, and the license plate was 546, which in Chinese could sound like I'm dead. And everybody said, oh, your license plate said I'm dead. Oh, I couldn't accept that. I was still young when I drove Mercedes-Benz. And yet the license plate said 546, meaning I'm dead. But I changed the way I think. Then it sounded like nothing's a big deal. Nothing matters. That's the best. So you can change anything, the way you think about anything. Those who slander you are actually, you're indebted to them. If you're really like that, you should repent and correct yourself. Then you're indebted to them. But if you're not like that, they're reminding you not to make those mistakes, not to do those. So any slanderers are people you're indebted to. So if you think that way, nothing bothers you. So if someone slanders you, and if you're really like that, then you repent. After you repent, you're purified. But if you're not, it's not the case, then he or she is reminding you not to make it happen in the future. So slanders are also good. Just now I forgot Rinpoche. Please stand up and show everybody. Tenzin Kacho. Tenzin Kacho Rinpoche. He is at the Chicago temple, Chicago Leizang temple. In the introduction, I missed that, so seeing him, I would like to introduce him. It's good to be a Rinpoche, but there's also some bad part. What is the good part? He is a reincarnation. He was a living Buddha, now he is reincarnated. But as a reincarnation, if you cannot attain Rinpoche, if you cannot become Rinpoche, that if your speech, conduct, and your Buddha Dharma does not meet the qualification of a Rinpoche and you cannot spread the Buddha Dharma, then you are embarrassing Rinpoche. Because now you have gained the name Rinpoche, you should be more diligent to study Buddha Dharma and then to use Buddha Dharma to deliver sentient beings. That is your route. So it's fine no matter what. So some people are not Rinpoche, but their conduct and their Buddha Dharma are far beyond that of Rinpoche, or that of living Buddha. So anything is fine, anything is good, we can say that. There's a lady, a girl was fighting with her boyfriend and was really upset and wanted to cry. But she liked to maintain her composure, so she didn't dare to cry at home. She wanted to cry really hard. So instead she went to the funeral home, because most people cry at a funeral home. Because everybody cries there, so nobody would be surprised if she cries. So she found a room for an old man, and then she cried really hard, really, because she split up with her boyfriend. And when splitting up, the boyfriend was scolding her and fighting with her, so she was really upset and cried. And then there was a middle-aged woman in black told her, "This dead man has a mistress." And then she comforted this lady. "Oh, please don't cry so hard. We will give you $1 billion cash. But none of the real estate or the stocks, okay?" Of course, she gained $1 billion. Oh, what a good benefit to crying. Maybe you can copy it. Maybe you can try. It's good to cry too. It's also good to laugh. Most people like to laugh and don't like to cry. But actually, crying is also good because you can check your tear ducts whether they're blocked or not. If you cry, you're actually cleansing your eyes for free. So your eyes would become clean and clear and more seductive or captivating. You know, woman likes to use crying as a weapon. You know, they first cry and then nag or fight and then hang themselves. I've seen many of them. But there is also benefit to crying. Actually, crying is also good. Laughing is also good. It's virtuous. Happiness is good. But suffering is also good. It's also a very good thing. Everything is good. In the unobstructed philosophy, everything is good. Nothing is not good. After the afternoon, the sky cleared up and I was waiting for the bus under the bus stop. There was a lady with the low cut and a short skirt looking down at her cell phone, and I told her, oh, the ditch down below, the cleavage is low. And then she held her chest and then gazed and stared at me, and then she actually fell into the ditch because the ditch and the cleavage sounded the same. And the man said, I told you that the ditch was steep. And she thought he was talking about her cleavage. That was a misunderstanding. Everything is fine. When someone said the ditch is deep because it was raining, so the ditch was covered with water, please be careful. And she thought that he was talking about something else. So sometimes what people are saying are always good. Not sometimes, but always good. They're all good. See, even when he says, "Oh, the cleavage is deep," that's also good. You don't want a deep cleavage. You want to be like a washing board, with 2 nails on it, or like 2 raisins on an airport runway. There's even someone worse. That after rain, the water is on the runway, on your chest. There was another joke. A girl is wearing a necklace, and the medallion was a silver airplane. And in a restaurant, she was eating in front of a man, and the man kept looking at her chest, her bosom, and the girl asked, "Are you admiring my plane?" And the man said, "No, I'm admiring the airport." But no matter what, admiration is praise, especially in this hot weather. All the women become the sunny girls. They all wear really skimpy clothes. For the monks, when they walk, they shouldn't look up, they should look on to the ground. But that's impolite. You know, that's impolite. So what would be polite then? Let's be natural. Walk tall and just look forward. Don't turn your head. Then you're abiding by the precepts. But actually it's good if you turn your head and look, because that would be a praise. So if you don't turn your head and take a look, that would be impolite. Whatever Grandmaster says, no other monks would dare to say, because nothing matters, and nothing to dwell on, and nothing to ask for. That's the unobstructed philosophy. Today, getting off work, I found my wife running into the bathroom, and I found it really strange. I went to the bedroom, and the window outside, the window on the balcony, there was a man. This man got really mad, went to the balcony and pushed that man. And the wife entered into the bedroom and was really scared. And asked the husband, "Where's that man who was fixing the air conditioning?" So let me tell you about the unobstructed philosophy. It's okay. The wife ran into the bathroom, and there was a man on the balcony. If that were me, Amitabha, Sanjay, Sanjay, I would not think of anything. Why do we want to fix on a flower when there are lots of flowers everywhere? So if you think of that, then there's nothing. Why are you so attached to that one wife that you've married for so many years? It's fine. So that's the unobstructed philosophy. Everything is unobstructed. Nothing on your mind. You have no jealousy, whether it's the man or the woman jealous. Why do you want to be jealous? Right? There's a young man who went to the mountain to find the abbot. And, Great Master, I have seen through the life, and I don't have any likings for the cities anymore. Can you please shave my hair? And the great master said, get out of here. You come here once a month. You know, it doesn't cost any money to shave your head. And you come here because he treated it as a free haircut. Well, that's good. Why didn't the abbot just shave his head? Then maybe one day he would truly become a monk. Because it's no big deal to shave his head. Right? It's a good thing. If you come here to be ordained and then you want to return to laity lives, that's fine. It's up to you. The masters or the reference, if you want to return to laity lives, go ahead. Grandmaster has said this. It's the unobstructed philosophy. You do whatever you like. If you want to return to laity lives, go ahead. If you shave your head now and then later in the evening you return to laity life, go ahead. It's totally none of my business. It's not related to me. This is to Buddha's school. It's not that because you return to laity life and Grandmaster would reprimand you and scold you. How come you go to foreign countries and bear children there? No, it's okay, whatever. There was a referent that returned to laity life. And then he got tired of the marriage life and he brought his wife back and the kids and become monk, nun, and young monks. So the husband and wife all became monk and nun. You know, because marriage lives are no good either. You wouldn't feel so good or so happy in marriage lives because every family would have their own problems, lots of sufferings. No, I didn't say anything. Grandmaster has seen many experienced people that every family is miserable. Most of them are miserable. And the happy ones are few and far between. That when the prince and the princess get together and happily live happily ever after, that's a fairy tale. In real life, the prince and the princess would get divorced soon after they get married. So you're wearing a veil and white dresses. What's that mean? You want to get married? So eating, who are you married to? She asked me to wear it. How about you? Who are you married to? Oh, I was just taking pictures of these wedding pictures, but you don't even have a boyfriend. You never had a boyfriend. Why do you want to take a wedding picture? But Grandmaster, on a second thought, that's fine. You wear a wedding gown and then think that you're actually married. That's also good. That's also happy. So that's the unobstructed philosophy. Everything is fine. This is happy. And today all of a sudden, She wants to wear this wedding gown and with a veil. That's good. The teacher asked, did you give your report card to your parents? And Xiaoming said yes. And the teacher asked, how come the parents didn't sign on it? And then Xiaoming lifted up his sleeve and see, they sign here on my arms. They're all good. See? When you beat this in America, we cannot beat on children. We cannot beat children. That would be child abuse. In America, but when we were little, we had lots of marks on our behind and our arms, and my mom did that too. I went behind the Kaohsiung train station, and there was a ditch, and I went swimming there, and then got some clams and brought them back in a pail, fish, shrimp and clams, and brought them back home. And I thought, well, I would have a nice soup for the evening. I was really pleased. And my mom sat by the door, and she called on me, come in. And she was smiling. The Mona Lisa smile. Come on in. Come on in. And my mom said, oh, I will not beat you. I will not hit you. I will not spank you. Come in. Come on in. And I thought adults are trustworthy, and she said that she will not spank me. But as soon as I walked in, shoo, the bamboo rod, several bamboo rods, and spanked me. My legs, we were wearing shorts, and she spanked on my calves, and there were stripes of them. And at that time I knew that the words of the adults are also cannot be trusted. But that was also good, because she told me not to swim in the river, because it was also dangerous. There was some deep part. I loved to swim when I was young, and I was beaten really badly because I swam often. So when we were spanked, when we were young, left a deep impression. Actually, the parents were educating us, so that was good. It's not bad. The parents spank you because they were afraid to lose you, because you did something dangerous. You got yourself in dangers. And the parents beat you to teach you to progress, to succeed in the future. But in America, that would be called child abuse. We use words to communicate, to do it positively, and don't hurt their self-esteem. And I don't have self-esteem when I was young, because I was often beaten, and because of that, I actually wanted to develop myself and show myself. So it became a high self-esteem. So that was good. So that unobstructed philosophy, that human lives all the same. If you view it all as empty, then that you have no obstructions or no hindrances. Of money, Benny home.